Hello and welcome to Can We Make the MiG Growl episode 5. Now, I've already gone through the boarding startup procedure, so we are already pretty much set to go. We have everything set in order. Our plane is powered up and lined up with runway 26 at Kobuleti Air Base. Let's do something also that I usually didn't do. Let's actually put on the landing light for this. Let's locate here. And air brakes down, we don't need that. Alright. Okay, the plane has already been configured for takeoff, more or less. And after being an idiot several times and failing in the startup procedure, now we're finally here. Well, let's just say I couldn't focus on it very well, but here we are. So hopefully this third attempt was going to go better. We're going to go and just practice dive bombing, so it's based on the previous episode, but let's hope we are more accurate this time. I won't be using aerial gunnery, I'll simply just be flying the plane to the target and back. So we're going to start powering it up. We are airborne. Whoa, that was a close one. That's our wingman, Johnny Boy, or whatever his name is. Gear up. Well, that kinda scared me. Flaps up. Fully up. Well, that wasn't the best takeoff, but apparently my wingman is very eager to give me heart attacks, so... Okay, now we're a bit more settled. Okay. Flaps to neutral. Landing gear lever to neutral. Now let's trim her up a bit and try to get a positive climb rate. Okay, let's see what can we maintain the power. Let's reduce the RPM a bit. Should be around 9 to 10,000 should be fine. We are armed with 2 FAB-100 bombs, freefall bombs, so nothing really special there. We're doing about 500 kilometers an hour. I've come to discover actually this has been a very good climb speed for me. I just enjoy going around this altitude. You saw the altimeter in the bar below when we go in the outside view. That's in Imperial, because most of the other aircraft I fly use Imperial system. This one and the MiG-21 and the L-39 use the metric system, but the principles are pretty much the same. Yeah, this has been actually a very good climbing setting. We're gonna go about, let's say, 2,000 meters, 2,200, 2,500 meters. That should take us also above the mountains. We're not gonna start to take a turn yet. We're gonna start to take our turn gently here. Now you're gonna ask me, hey Bogey, what the hell are you flying the MiG-15? It's old as hell. I simply enjoy flying this bird. I mean, it's one of the airplanes I'm more successful with, so I think it just the way it flies fits my style, I suppose, if that can be said. It's just it feels right for me. Sure, it's not an F-86 and it's not what have you, but I just feel it feels right in my hands. Even though I'm mostly a ground attacker by preference, I prefer doing that kind of. I prefer airstrikes more or less. So I prefer basically being the one dropping bombs or firing air-to-ground missiles at targets. I feel the MiG-15 is suited for me, even though it's mostly supposed to be an air superiority fighter. Now, I haven't tried dogfighting in it yet. I must admit, and I'm sorry for the delay between episodes. I've been actually away with some other things and doing my own. I do have a life outside the simulator, believe that or not. But yeah, it's simply the fact that I prefer this plane, and that's all there is to it. It's not very responsive. I mean, well, it is responsive, but being full hydraulic controls, I don't know, feels more natural to me, I suppose, because you actually have to wait for the plane to respond and you have to predict its actions better than something that would have fly-by-wire like a Mirage 2000 you might find in DCS. But all in all, I think it's a good bird. It's actually a good bird to learn on. That, this, and the L39, and I might have mentioned the L39 before. They all teach basically basic concepts of aviation. Well, this is a combat aircraft. The L39 is a trainer, but the idea is pretty much the same. You can use them easily to hop into any other jets. L39s, for example, used to be used as trainer aircraft before Warsaw Pact forces moved into supersonic interceptors and other more advanced aircraft. But all in all, concepts you will apply to an L39, you will apply to a MiG-21, you will apply to a MiG-29, to an Su-27, and so on. I'm speaking here mostly specifically on the, let's say, Red Team branch, which is the Warsaw Pact Air Forces that you might want to fly birds from. Let's level her off here. We're just above the mountains, so it should be fine enough for us to just I don't want to climb anymore. I mean, I'm pretty happy at this altitude. And our target is, if you recall, it's close to the Batumi airfield. Let's get up the power a bit more, not by much though. And trim the nose down. It's quite a beautiful view. I mean, I don't have a very high-end computer, but I mean, it's able to handle DCS fairly well. And we are at about 2,400 meters, which is sufficient. And we are approaching Batumi. Batumi is somewhere here. So we're gonna do a general turn. We will need to get our target to our 2 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I know where the target is, so that should be fairly easy for me to get to it. We did descend quite a bit, so let's climb again. Okay, this should be a fairly okay heading to head on. Now, since I know where the target is, I don't need to, use the F10 map. After all, I made the mission, so. And we are going to prepare the bombs for tactical drop. Bombs are armed. Let's check our altitude. Let's climb the bird a little bit. The target is right behind the Batumi airfield, so airport, sorry, it's an actual airport. Once we get out of the roll, so the bombs basically need to be dropped at about 800 to 100 meters, 8,000 to 800 to 1,000 meters. Sorry, I cannot speak today. I'm babbling, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm just tired. But alright, let's see. Our target should be at 2 o'clock, just behind the airfield. So the way you do this in the MiG-15, I guess according to the manual, you need to do a roll 30 to 45 degrees. Then you need to dive 45 to 50 degrees. Then we need to dive 30 to 45. And we need to align the gun sight with the... I'm using the gun sight as guidance, but I'm a bit low, but I think we can pull it off. Our speed's fairly good. Alright. Let's see where that target is. The target is somewhere here. I'm just trying to get a visual on it. Yep, Mark II eyeball. The best way to find your target. Yeah, there it is. Alright. Time for us to roll in. 30 to 45. Well, 40 to 45. Gonna keep a view on the target, which is right down there. We're gonna exit the roll soon, and we will start our dive. This might be a bit of a steep dive, but... And let's deploy the air brakes. And pickle, and let's... Alright, that was a good hit. It was a bit too low level for my comfort, but now we can actually... Okay, we can check our guns. And the third one. Okay, the guns are loaded, and I did say it's going to be just some aerial bombing, but let's see if anything survived. If needed, we'll do a strafing run or two on the target. Our plane survived mostly unscathed, so... And here's something I always forget to do, turning on the radio altimeter, which is quite important. Well, it seems she did some damage to the place, but let's go in for a closer look. I've dropped the bombs a few hundred meters off the ground, way less than the recommendation is, so... Whoa. We're going a bit faster. Well, considering all that we hit, it was a direct hit on the target. I don't think we need to do anything about it anymore. I mean, we've actually hit those tents pretty well. Now we're gonna turn on the ADF and let's try to find our way home. Alright, now our ADF is locked into our airbase at Kobuleri, and we're simply going to return home. Anyway, I'm sorry I haven't said anything recently. I had to set up the ADF, so... And for some reason the air supply didn't work in this mission, but I do not know why. And now we're gonna start our descent. We're gonna cut off power, gonna check our speeds, and there's our airfield. The ADF marker here is turning. Let's cut off the speed a bit. And we're a bit above the glide slope, so let's give it a bit more power and try to level off, and we'll fly a pattern straight into the airbase. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm quiet. I'm just trying to focus on the approach and landing, so. I do feel the last bomb drop was not probably the best you can do, as I said, but it was decent. At least hit the targets this time, and quite accurately.
The bell you hear in the background is the marker indicator. Yeah, this wasn't my best landing, but anyway, we are home at the Kobuleti airbase. And I would like to thank you all for watching. So this was just a bit of aerial gunnery and dive bombing. I'm gonna raise the flaps already. And of course, returning and home and landing. Of course, again, one of my best approaches in landings. Probably my, I guess, third best so far. But we made it to the airfield, so yep, that's what the point was. So as you noticed, I have made some mistakes when attempting to dive bomb. So I came in too steeply for the dive. Instead of a 30 to 45 degree, I went maybe 40 to 45 degree dive. I hit the target from a very low altitude, but I managed to pull off in time. So the target was hit. It was a direct hit, and then we strafed the target a bit with the guns because somebody might just not escape. So let's just go give him a good strafing run. Anyway, I would like to thank you all for watching, and let's keep this series alive. Let's keep these MiGs flying, and let's learn about it some more. I hope in the next videos, to actually do some dogfighting, so you people can actually, see how it actually runs. And I'm not good at it, not by any remote chance of it, but at least I'm going to try my best to see if I can take on some F-86 Sabres and win. I mean, this plane has its own advantages over the Sabre. The Sabre has better advantages in other aspects of a dogfight, but let's see what we can do. Anyway, thank you for helping me make the MiG Growl for the 5th time and dropping bombs more accurately. So yay for that. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode. And remember, if you want to try DCS, I will attach the links below. And fly safe. Bye bye.